And welcome back to another installment of Asagao Academy Normal Boots Club, the Satchbag route. I'm your host, Sensei Pong. So, last episode we agreed with, we got Satchbag to agree to have us help him in the situation with the lost library books and perhaps the boots itself. And so after class we ran into the library to catch up with Satch and, bounce some ideas and brainstorm a little bit. And he was like, dude, come in here. Let's talk in private. And then he was like, dude, get down. Shush. And then what we saw was the horrible truth that Mai was probably the one stealing the books. Because she was walking around with a large stack of books, and then she looked around, and then bolted out the door. So, thinking no one saw her, but the both of us had. And we're in slight denial because we trusted May, and it kind of hurts. So, let's carry on. Oh, snap, it just starts me off with a tough choice here. Trust Mai or doubt her. Well, the evidence is right there. It'd be kind of stupid to say, no, I'm sure she's doing something with them. There are a lot of choices in the Satchbag route. This is more than I bargained for. Well, luckily with this route, there's only 4 endings that's possible. Supposedly, according to one of my subscribers, I forget who they were called. It was that... you know who I'm talking about, and because you've been watching these as of recent, talking out to you, apparently, according to you, it's a pretty easy thing to get the good ending, so I'm not too worried, I suppose. Personally, in a situation like this, I would probably just say trust Mai as a joke and be like, well, evidence is there, but maybe she wanted to make a book for it. Maybe she's heading the the book fair, selling library books. Jeez. No, you know what? This is gonna take some serious thought. So I'm gonna pull out my dice. What happens when I can't think? I can't think of a good answer. I'm gonna pull out my dice. This is my serious thought time. Odds, trust May. Evens, doubt her. Evens, I doubt her.
Yay.
Alright, fine, I trust her. Birdie Berry was like, yay, doubt her. What?
Let me true to the roll.
Yeah, fine. You're pulling on my... I can't lie to the roll of the dice. It's sad. Fine. Roll of the dice. Doubt her. I can't really say. This isn't the first time something like this has happened, but Mai's confession floated through my head. I'm a kleptomaniac. I really don't know. I'm sorry, it was rude of me to imply. We don't have any proof. No decisions can be made until then. He sighed heavily, rolling his shoulders. Thank you for letting me know about this. You're pretty reliable, you know? No, I'm not. I'm really not. I glanced away and heard a door open. Satch was waiting for me to leave. Right, I'll just go.
See you later.
See you later. Come by again soon, Hannah. He winked. I blushed and skittered out of the library, relief flooding over me. But as I reached the hall, I stopped. Would Mai really put Satch in danger like that, after all he did for us? I really didn't know what to think. I was walking back to the dorm a few days later, enjoying the late spring sunlight on my face, when I heard someone call out my name.
Hana.
Hana, there you are. Satch! He reached me and bent over, panting lightly. Were you running to catch me? You walk surprisingly fast. I waited a bit for him to catch his breath. He glanced around us surreptitiously. Mai isn't with you? That's strange. She's at volleyball practice. She's part of the team, you know.
Well,
that's convenient. She's what I wanted to talk to you about today. I really didn't like the way he said that. Remember how we saw her sneaking through the library the other day? Yes? Another chunk of books are missing from the library. In other words, she didn't check out those books. ... Okay. He looked at me expectantly. I don't think I like what you're implying. Can you blame me? What else am I supposed to think?
I don't know.
I don't know. Better of your friend, maybe? You know Mai. You know she wouldn't do something like this. Do I? People can surprise you, Hana. You shouldn't trust people so easily. He said it so bitterly that I was caught off guard. Without anything to say, we stood in a tense silence. Then he sighed. It makes sense, that's all I'm saying. ... It wouldn't hurt just to ask her, would it? Well, yes, it would. I would be betraying her trust on an issue she was already really insensitive about. But Satch didn't know she had kleptomania. He probably thought it would be as simple as a stick in a cotton candy. A stick of cotton candy. I'll see what I can do.
Right on.
Thanks, Hana. But I've got to go to work now, so I'll see you later. Yeah, bye. I watched as he hustled off in the direction of the library, feeling nauseous. I really didn't want to think Mai was the one who was stealing everything, not after she so sincerely told me she hadn't taken the boots. Did I have to confront her? Well, I did share the same room with her. It wouldn't be hard to do a little bit of snooping now, would it? Oh, snap. That night I rose from the bed like a vampire. With May's snores like ambient noise, I crept to her desk. Ignoring Ignoring the guilt in my stomach, I used my cell phone as a flashlight. I didn't see anything incriminating, no library books, just her regular school books. I pulled open the drawers, not daring to do more than stare at whatever was on top of the pile. May was incredibly messy, tons of random stuff thrown left and right. But there was no room for the books in her drawers. As far as I could tell, she got off scot-free. But that didn't make any sense. I saw Mai taking the books out of the library. So shouldn't they at least be somewhere? Where else might have she put them? I sighed and put on my slippers. Time for another secret outing. I made it to the classroom without incident, heading over to Mai's desk and sliding my hand through it. Money? 5,000 yen? I'll just put that back where I found it. Who leaves 5,000 yen just sitting in their desk? These rich kids, I swear. Regardless, there were no books. There was only one last place to look. Mai's locker was directly next to mine, so I stepped on my tiptoes and peeked through the slots. There was a full-length poster of Gerard, a hairbrush, her volleyball team jacket dangling from her coat hook, and there, at the bottom of the locker, was a pile of books. My heart sped up, and I tried angling my phone's flashlight to get a better look and see if I could read the titles, but no matter how I tried to light, the light wouldn't reach. I put my cell phone back in my pocket and sped out of Poppy Hall. I emerged into the night. The wind chilled my skin, but despite that I felt hot, alert, awake. I didn't want to go back to the dorms, not after what I found, so instead I turned and headed for the field. It was a long walk, and this is scary! Don't go out in the middle of a field in the dark! Get some, like, Nightmare on Elm Street crap going on. This is how every 80s horror movie starts. Teenage girl going off into the middle of the night in the middle of a field. So this only bothers me because it bothers me, but... And welcome back from that long break. I don't even know where my timestamp was, but we're just going to carry on until I hit a good cliffhanger. I'm just going to roll with it. It was a long walk, especially in the dark. Halfway there, I found myself regretting such a stupid decision. Exactly. Especially with the trees and shrubs shrouding the trails and making me feel like someone was watching me. But I let my adrenaline lead me, and in no time I was at the field. The field at night was a peaceful, almost spiritual place. As I walked to the great oak tree, I felt like there were others there with me, watching over me. Maybe fairies. or elves, or your ancestors, the kings of the past in the stars, or seriously, what the fudge are you doing at night? Satch.
Huh.
Huh. I knew it. Oh. I glanced around. I glanced around me nervously, unsure of where to go or what to do. I couldn't sleep. Apparently not. You've been having a hard time sleeping for a while, haven't you? And do you usually break curfew and go sneaking around the grounds when you can't sleep? I didn't know what to do. Satch seemed angry, and I didn't like being out there alone in an empty field at night with an angry Satch. Dude, you're killing my groove, man. My mind went into a dirty place. I was gonna crack a dirty joke, but I stopped myself. See? Family-friendly channel. Here, I'll let you think of a dirty joke. We'll put up the censor pong, and there you go. Dirty joke. Enter it there. Okay, I'll just say it. You know, people like either cute or sultry kisses, but some people adhere and, you know, can testify that angry kisses are the best. Take that as you may, and rebound kisses. Anger had always scared me, even more so after my time at the old school. I hated being angry. I hated seeing other people angry. I didn't know what to do. Hana? Satch sighed. You know, we're partners now, so you don't have to do this all by yourself. Can't you at least tell me when you're going to do something like this? I don't want you to put yourself in danger. I'll go with you, so don't go alone. I'll protect you. Were you worried about me? I grinned at him, and he rubbed his temples. I swear, you're going to be the death of me.
Seriously?
You were! Yeah, Satch, don't say that. You might choke on some crumpets. You were! Look. Without thinking, I hugged him. Satch's arms fell limply to his sides. Thank you, Satch. After a few seconds, his arms wrapped around me, too. I just don't want you to get hurt. I don't want you to suffer because of me. I buried my head into his chest, chuckling. Silly. That's exactly what I was thinking about you. After all this with the boots and now the books? Satch laughed, and I felt his chest shake with each exhale. Of course we would. We stood like that for a while. After some time, Satch nudged me slightly. Hana, look. I stepped away from him and gasped. Fireflies. Fireflies lit the air around us, floating through the tree limbs and dotting the night sky as if they were stars. They're beautiful. And very saddening, because every time I think of fireflies, I think of that Miyazaki film, Grave of the Fireflies. If you want some good anime fun, go check out that movie. Satch nodded, pulling me closer towards him. Satch walked me back to Primrose House, guarding me like a knight. I thought about telling him about the books, but decided not to. I had no proof. There was no reason to make him even more suspicious of mine. They were just books. They could be nothing. Good night, Satch. Good night, Hana. I'm handing back the results of last week's test. Most of you did very well. A few of you, rather unexpectedly, slid severely down the ladder. I hope that you're all taking your studies seriously, because if you aren't, we aren't going to get to the end of the year class trip to Osaka. How am I supposed to find a boyfriend if that happens? She handed the papers back through the class, huffing disdainfully as she passed Pubuga. Hana, I really hope this is a one-time incident. She handed me back my exam, 64%. I stared at the circled red number and my mind blank with shock. How is this possible? Mai whistled behind me. Damn, Hannah. If you're not gonna be good there, are you? You're not doing too good there, are you? I've never gotten lower than a B in my life. You're shaking? Whoa, calm down there, girl. It was one exam. Ain't nothing gonna need to worry about. We'll get some ice cream later and everything will be fine. I'm dumb. You haven't been paying attention in class. How do you expect to pass a test when you don't even know what it's on? You know, you're not like Kakusu. You can't ambiently soak in knowledge while you're sleeping. That's not fair. She gets dictionaries literally uploaded to her database while she's powered off. Hold on. Hold up. There's so many implications that Kakusu's AI. I'm so confused. That's the other mystery that needs to be solved while playing these routes. What? No. I just like to read them before falling asleep, like any other normal human or carbon-based life form. ... Anyways, let's get to lunch. I'll treat you ice cream and things will totally look better after this. Come on! Mai and I arrived at the lunch table, me nursing a double scoop of vanilla ice cream. Just as we settled in, Gerard stood and held up his test for the table to see.
Aw, yeah!
I did not fail you, boys. And ladies.
Boom, baby!
Another flat 100, sold and sealed. What is that? 70 tests in a row? Don't you even get tired? Does passion ever die? Will flames cease to burn if there is ever fuel? So long as I am trapped within the confines of this schooling and there are tests to finish, I will complete them. A smattering of polite applause met his speech. Well, it wasn't like it was a particularly hard test this time around. It's good that Asagao basically only puts effort into the midterms and finals. Way easier to coast. Although, if I become president, I solemnly vow to change that. Why would you do that? Did you get another terrible score, Papaga? No. Yes. Then there's no helping you.
Well...
I've offered you to tutor you before, you know. You never accepted. I have way better things to do than school. This is hardly a matter once I graduate. Anyways. Education is important. You should strive to learn whether you're in school or not. I will. I'll just learn practical skills that I can apply to future career. Like video editing or voice acting. What kind of career are you planning to have? Professional soccer player? Pause. Hana, you got a 60-something, didn't you? I guess even the good ones have to fail at some point. My! I flushed and looked at my hands. A whole 60? You did better than me. That's hardly a relief. Is that because you fall asleep in class? I felt Satch's gaze hot on my face and avoided eye contact with him at all costs. Still, his disapproval lay over me like sauce on spaghetti. You both are welcome to ask for my help if you ever need it. Yes, Satch.
Yeah!
We'd love for you to tutor us if you could. Yeah, tonight even. We love learning.
Right on.
That works out perfectly for me. Tonight at 7, I'll see you in my room. Right on time, sir. Angry Satch was scary. I showed up at Satch's room at 7 o'clock right on time. Papaga was nowhere in sight. I knocked lightly on the door. And with that, I'm going to say this is actually a decent point to cut off, only because we're about to go into Satchbag's room. Last time we were in there, he hooked us up into the Matrix, and ever since we've questioned our reality. So, see what happens next time here on Sensei Pong. This is Pong signing out. Like and subscribe. So this only bothers me because it bothers me, But did you know Sierra Mist is not available anymore in its original form? They changed the recipe. Originally they were only using sugar, and now the new recipe Mist Twist uses high fructose corn syrup. And I have my issues with that all in itself, but that's not the point. Birdie Berry is drinking Mist Twist, and dude, that stuff smells like Pine Sol. It smells like some kind of lemon cleaner. And ill. Well, I'm gonna smell my Mountain Dew and my Mountain Dew throwback and see if that actually smells like. No, this smells like Mountain Dew. Yeah, so no, they already had Sierra Mist throwback, which is so stupid. They had a Sierra Mist throwback. You didn't know that? Yeah. No, I know. It's not even 20 years old. It's a throwback. Throwback to what? An alternate history? Where 7-Up never existed and it was all Sierra Mist? Sierra Mist completely copyrighted the formula, like Dr. Pepper. So all the knockoffs taste slightly off. I apologize to all my Mr. Pibb fans. I like Mr. Pibb, but he ain't got no doctorate. But he is a gentleman. Dr. Pepper, Mr. Pibb? Dr. Pepper has the doctorate. He went to university for at least 8 years. Mr. Pibb doesn't have the same kind of like educational background, but he is a gentleman. He is a gentleman. And he might have been knighted. It's uncertain. Oh, ouch, ouch. Low blow, man. So, Pibb Extra is what happens to him later on in his life when he, like, hits rock bottom. Starts smoking rock. Pibb Extra! I gotta get that Pibb Extra. Over 20 flavors. So Birdie Berry was like, no. When I think Mr. Pibb, I imagine that guy in the back alley in a trench coat opening it up and be like, hey, you want some Pibb? It's just like Dr. Pepper. Oh my gosh, that is such an old reference. No. Did you catch what I did? I forget what comedian did that. That's like a Looney Tunes, like 1930s, 40s reference. Crap, my references are getting older and older, way before when I was born. What? At some point I'm gonna be like, oh my gosh, that talkie was hilarious. That mover was amazing. And, oh my gosh, didn't you see that stage play? This brand new stage play called Pygmalion. And then, like, later on be like, oh my gosh, did you see that stage play? It was amazing. Brilliant. New stuff. What's it called? Oedipus. Dude, have you heard? There's this new guy. He's making a whirlwind and people are crazy about him. What's his name? Buddha. Oh my gosh, a tragedy happened the other day. What? The dinosaurs went extinct, Funnel. Big news. Big bang.